I think the point is that based on his current showings, if he was capable or anywhere near as capable of playing left wing as he currently plays.
But the thing is, if you haven't seen it, then I think what people are going off on is what they've seen him do. So either from the center or from the right. So if he can't get into your team on the left or on the right or on the center, that's one team he can't get in. He can't get into the Arsenal team because I'm not having him above Saka or Odegaard.
But is the point? Is that the point though? By the way,
yeah, that's the point.
Or is the point that if this guy's available, you put him in your team? And will he start games? Probably with his capability. I think that's more the point.
But in his best position, which is either centre or right.
He could though. That's the thing. We don't know.
The point. Let's go for the teams.
Okay, no, but my point is that I don't think because most of these teams have decent right wingers. It's good to say that he gets into the team and starts. But if you're saying that this guy is capable of playing for all of these teams, then I agree, because he's
starting.
No, but I'm saying, like, let's say in an alternative world where Saka didn't exist,
but they do exist. That's what these guys are saying, right?
They're not saying that he's better than Saka.
No, but they're saying he can get into any team.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. The two things are true in it. He's not better than Saka, but he can get into all of these teams. He's not necessarily better than Salah right now, but he can get into Liverpool.
But that's the same. If you wait for this thing, if we start with Liverpool. And we're talking about Cole Palmer in Cole Palmer's best position, either the 10 or on the right. Liverpool, does he get into your team and start?
Well, if we started playing with a 10, then yeah.
No, but you don't.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. So that's you can't say that he can't get into our team because we don't play 10.
No, but right, that's the thing, though, right?
Because did he get
into?
What
I'm saying?
I
if we play 10, then I'd say.
I get it, but this is the thing of what everyone's saying. So he doesn't get into everyone's team because he wants to play in a certain position, right?
I think I heard someone, I can't remember who said it, but I heard him say that he gets into even all the best teams in Europe, like Bayern. Like, does he get into
Bayern? I think he gets into Bayern
over
Elise and Miller.
Yeah, I think
you say Muller. Forget Muller. What's Musiala, bro?
Musiala.
He ain't getting in above Musiala.
Why not?
Because Musiala's a star boy, and he's just as good. So he ain't taking the phone off Musiala.
My thing is that you're not saying that the guys that are currently here are better than Cole Palmer. I think what you're saying, that there's a level of quality that has been established in these teams, and people are saying that he meets that quality level.
Yeah, not disagreeing it.
Yeah. So I think they're not saying that this guy's going to come in and.
But they're saying they're saying he's going to dislodge these people. That's what they're saying.
Okay, that's not what I take when I hear that though.
What about Real Madrid?
I think Rodrigo is underrated, isn't it? Like, I think his numbers show it, so I can't really say. But then again,
I'm taking him over Bellingham.
I'm taking him over Bellingham, and I don't rate La Liga in the same way I rate other thingy, but I rate Real Madrid as a team, so he could probably get in and play number 10 for Real Madrid. But again, Odegaard could as well.
But you know what's funny though? So even the fact that we're even having this discourse, it actually lends credence to. It's a good conversation. Like, Cole Palmer is a great player, but I think the point, like, I don't know if this was your point, but I feel like where you may have been landing the plane, or how I understood your point to be, Della, was we're going off a lot of a shorter sample size with Cole Palmer, and we're having this kind of conversation. Like, when Bukayo Saka, in my opinion, and I'll go as far as saying our opinion, was deserving of being in such conversations, it was being diminished very quickly by professional footballers, other pundits, as to say that he's not qualified to be in such conversations. We need to see more. We need to see him in the Champions League. We need to see him in X, Y, and Z before we could even have these kind of conversations. And this is what I mean when I say I don't see the same level of scrutiny, critique, or even praise when we're actually comparing Saka to
let me add some context to that. So there's data sizes, and then there's different levels of quality of data. So I think people are holding the data on Cole Palmer as high quality data because Chelsea have been so shit. Chelsea was shit last season.
Arsenal was shit when Saka came into the thing.
100%. But remember, when Arsenal at their shittest, he was mostly playing left back. Then he started performing, and then obviously you don't get your fifth.
No, under Arteta, like when Arteta moved into the right, that's when Pepe couldn't get to the team anymore. It was Bukayo, even before Odegaard.
But that's still included in his sample size, isn't it? In his sample, innit? But Cole Palmer, what is it? This is season number 2 now, yeah?
Yeah, 7 games into his second season.
But this is a Chelsea team that everybody that understandably said this shit. There was no good players in that team apart from him. So that's why people hold it as higher quality data. And then not only has he done that, he's come in and continued that form in a staggering way, like banging 4 goals in one half, breaking records. That's a league record, right? So people have very high quality, and this Chelsea team is still.
But is that fair? Is that fair to have that higher quality data over Saka, who's done it? Who's done it?
And I think it's arguable
that you're talking about.
No. So I'm not saying that this is true. I'm just playing devil's advocate in it. I'm saying that they have these things. So like there's certain things that happen in football where, okay, because this is the case, I'm going to hold this data in a bit more higher quality. Like, for example, if you're Danny Ings and you're banging like he did 13 goals for Burnley in the season they got relegated, you have to add some kind of credence to that in compared to a mid-table striker who's only scored 8 or 4 goals that season. Like, you're going to be thinking, okay, Danny Ings is capable of something.
Yeah, but even what you're saying though, Joey, yeah, and I'm not dismissing it, yeah, but what you're saying, yeah, I feel like what Della was about to say, it still applies to Saka, because Saka was in a team that was struggling, languishing mid-table, and then.
But your team wasn't shit though, was it?
Wait, that team was not shit.
I don't know. I'm asking. Tell me. I'm asking.
I beg to differ, bro.
Like, who was shit in your team at the time?
No one rated Lacazette. Socrates.
Wait, sorry.
Liechtensteiner.
Hang on. I've always rated Lacazette.
Yeah, but when you say.
But come on, man, because we've had these conversations. You've ripped us, we've ripped each other. What have you not? We know what we're saying. The same way with like even Chelsea. They've got good players. Wait, but they just haven't gelled. Like, hang on. We can talk about the players and how much we rate the individual players. It wasn't a good team. Like, we were and we were finishing.
You see when I asked you that question, I'm asking because I don't remember who your team was. So so obviously you said Lacazette, and Lacazette I thought was decent.
I like Lacazette, but I'm talking about what people think.
Socrates was shit. And then obviously you had a new manager, so maybe you're not playing good football. So that's why I give credence to your point, because maybe not your team was shit. I don't know if I necessarily agree because I can't remember your team, but I know for a fact that you weren't playing football in the way you wanted to play it. So that's why I agree.
And my point is like what you're saying for Cole Palmer, you could also say for Saka. And I feel like just to centralize it, to censor it back to the point I was initially making, like when Della's hit me with that question, like what I make of the comparisons is it's all well and good, make the comparisons, but what I'm finding is the comparisons aren't always the same equal footing or the same weight applied when it's a result whereby you might be looking at your Cole Palmers to, if you're this world class, drag Chelsea through and get a win. You're at home.
But that's only one game, though.
He's done that loads of times last season, though. He's done that, like Everton game where he's done that.
That is a one game, but it was only one game when he scored the 4 as well, though.
What, last season?
No, I mean, it literally it's only a game ago when then all of a sudden we're doing these Cole Palmer comparisons.
No, but what about
now we want to see United? We want to see how you push on. No, but I'm just talking about, bro. You scored your 4 goals and everyone's talking about you. Let's see how you push on. Let's carry this on.
Yeah, I hear what you're saying.
You get what I mean? Wait, he's allowed to take a break after banging 4 goals.
He's allowed to, but guess what? Saka's been consistent for 3 seasons.
Saka's not allowed
I still don't know where it's coming from. I still don't know where this is coming from. But let me just take your word for that. And then the last bit on this is, I think the other thing, you have to pay credence to Arsenal fans hyping up players. And the fact that Cole Palmer...
I just made the point about how they're hyping up Cole Palmer now, going to any team.
Hang on. But then you have to bear in fact, Cole Palmer came onto the scene with no gas behind him. And he cooked to the highest level that Saka has cooked in his career. In his first season.
Look at what you're saying, bro.
No, hang on. Wait.
Look what you're saying on this podcast.
Let me talk. Hang on. Let me just say one time. Hang on. This guy, when he came to Chelsea, there was no expectations of him, bro.
Yeah, I heard that.
So I'm saying he's come there the same way Onslaught has come to Liverpool, and nobody knows what's going to happen. So the fact is that he's come and he surprised people. That's why the Athletic and all these guys on 442 are hyping Onslaught. Because there was no expectation. And that's the same for Cole Palmer, in my opinion.
By the way, I'm not diminishing Cole Palmer. For Saka.
Yeah.
Huh? So, yeah.
Sorry, there was no expectation for Saka. He just came and took people's chains, and he stayed in the team.
Saka
and
kind of grew up. Remember, he started.
Yeah, but there was no expectation for him. That's what I'm trying to say. To your point, there was no expectation for Cole Palmer.
No, but
there was no expectation for Saka.
Saka's grown into his position, whereas Cole Palmer, ready-made. He's like off the shelf. Do you know what I mean? Is that fair to say? Because
I mean,
obviously
he was doing stuff at City as well. He was scoring goals, but he wasn't given as much game time.
Yeah,
and
then even in that the Euros as well, that the under 21s or whatever.
But yeah, unless anyone has anything else they want to say on this one, let's wrap this up because it was a very good debate. But I'm going to be.